Hey, good morning. And it is a beautiful morning here today. Got a little bit of April shower last night and enough wind to move the chimes around. It's an incredible Sunday morning. Hey, I wanted to see if you wanted to join me in my studio today. Let's go in, talk about my first YouTube video called What a Concept. But first we have to get through security. So let's do that. Nice and clean. Tweak the clown's nose. Come down. Press the button. Up button. And let's go on in. See what we can see. Come on, don't be afraid. Come on in. Let's turn some lights on, see what's cooking. So I've been collecting automobile concept art for the last 20 years or so. This was work that was designed and illustrated for the big three automakers, Ford, Chrysler, GM, and lots of other smaller companies. The majority of this work was thrown out early on, never to see the light of day. I think of these as my little survivors. They aren't supposed to be here, but they are. Incredible work by incredible artists. I've been lucky to meet many and collect their art, and I am grateful. So the idea is to tell their stories because they thought their art and creations were lost as well. So I wanted to prove them wrong and have done so through a series of books. What I'm going to do with these other following YouTubes is talk about particular artists and highlight them. That's what I'll be doing today. So hang tight. So the first artist I want to talk about is a fellow named Alex Tremulis. Tremulis is one of the greatest designers we've ever known. And this is one of my favorite pieces. Tremulis went to work for Kaiser Fraser, and this is a proposal for the Kaiser 105. During his career, Tremulis designed amazing cars for Ford with the 810, 812. He worked for Chrysler, creating the Newport concept and the Thunderbolt. He worked for Duesenberg. He created for he had an incredible war record, and then went to work as chief stylist for the Tucker. Went on from Tucker to Ford, designing some of my favorite concept cars, the Gyron, the Nucleon, and Seattleite. Tremulis was truly a genius, and there is much to be learned elsewhere on his biographies. Lots of people have written about him. I just wanted to cover the surface and show you this piece of art, as well as its companion piece, the rear three-quarter view. Also just beautiful work. Airbrush, incredible design. Tremendous stuff. Really, Tremulis is one of the best. You might have noticed this rag dishcloth with something seeming to be moving around inside. Let's see what we've got. Ah, very interesting. Another design by Alex Tremulis. This is the Ford X2000 concept car. Absolutely incredible. Thought you'd like to see it in 1/43rd. Tremulis designed this car. Then a few years later, one of my friends actually built the car. Andy Saunders, The Automotive Alchemist. Tremendous book, highly recommended, a genius fellow. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that little bit on Alex Tremulis, and look him up for yourself. There's lots of really interesting material. Thanks again to Steve Tremulis, his nephew, for good information. Now circling back one more time in shameless plugs. This is my first brochure. We did this in 2016, a tremendous little show up in El Dorado County called Back to the Future, where I was able to show my collection for the first time. 2016, they got more people than they ever had up at that show, and it's important for a couple of reasons. They produced this really nice brochure for me, and I was able to take it out to Detroit to show the designers that their work was indeed not lost forever, but in my possession and being very well cared for. It made a big impression on them, and it kind of turned the tide as to what we wanted to do. In 2016, Dalton Watson Publishing, one of the finest automotive publishers anywhere, called and asked if I was interested in doing a book. Thought that's always interesting. Usually publishers don't call and request that, but they did. And we put this great book out in 2019. Imagine. It sold out. Occasionally you can find copies on the web or on eBay, and I've seen them as high as $1,500. So if you have one, good call. It was a joy to work with. Jody Ellis, my crackerjack editor, so smart. And then in 2023, we got the request again to see if we'd like to do another book, and we did. So this is Imagine 2, Towards the Future, and in 2023, this book was awarded the German Motoring Press Book of the Year. I didn't even know they had a German motoring press, but evidently we won. So that's kind of my first YouTube. I hope you enjoy this concept. Shameless plug, but I'm going to follow this up with other artists, other interesting stuff, and there is a lot of interesting stuff. These files are full. So thanks for viewing. Hope you'll come back, and hope you like this video. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again.